Look at that black girl, look at that black girl, look at that black girl. Queen.
Hi, it's Asha Monique. I decided to come on here and tell you my side of the story. And this is how and why One Up Nutrition fired me, because I'm black and I'm proud. First, I'd like to start off with reading the entire email chain between me and the One Up Talent Management. So, there's been a lot of controversy, like, oh, this and that, because One Up decided to start emailing my personal email address and screenshots of my emails to the whole distro, which I find extremely disturbing and concerning. But let's just go over the email thread. Yesterday at 22:06 my time, I'm in Japan, so that would be, yesterday was Tuesday for me, so that would have been Monday at 9 a.m. on the East Coast, if you're in the United States, your time. I said, I am a black athlete. No, the first email I sent, good morning. Something has been weighing heavy on me. Very respectfully, Asha Kearney. Then Hanser said, good morning, Asha. Please feel free to talk to me about it, whatever it is. Looking forward to hearing back from you. Okay. Then I said, I'm a black athlete and One Up has not posted anything on their page at all. It's heartbreaking as I post daily for a company who I'm not too sure cares if I'm around for tomorrow. I serve in the military currently overseas, and I've diligently posted my L-carnitine every morning. People ask me about it at work, etc. I feel like I've never seen a person of color at the One Up meetups, the meetup events, and it's just heart-wrenching. I don't know what to do. Very respectfully, Asha Kearney. Now in my heart and my mind, I knew what to do. That was me opening up the floor for them to act, for them to respond, and for them to come to their senses, in a sense. Hanser then says, Asha, let me start by saying that we absolutely value you. Or do they value the coin that I bring in? Our social media team had planned to post about this matter. However, I wasn't sure of the time this was going to be posted. We are against racism and hope to see the world change, one step at a time. I'm sorry if you ever felt like we didn't care, because that is not the case. Please feel free to talk to me about anything else that is on your mind. Just know that you matter to us. Now, if you dissect that email, to me it means we care about you as long as you're bringing in the coin, right? I'm an ambassador. When you're an ambassador, I think I said I was an athlete, but I'm an ambassador, which means I pay for every single one of the products that I've ever showed on my stories, that I've ever had. And if you check out my One Up Exposed story highlight, you will see that I have probably about $500 worth of product. I'm throwing it out. Why? Because I cannot support, nor will I consume a product from somebody who doesn't care if I'm alive. So after this email, I said, thank you, Mr. Hanser. It means a lot to have this safe space where I was able to express that with you. I saw that you made a post, and it's appreciated. Now, they made one post, then they decided to post a black square, but there was no caption. There was no thought put into it. And to me, if you're going to post a black square that you plan to post, why don't you plan to also follow up on that post with a meaningful caption, or something thoughtful? You didn't have to say hashtag Black Lives Matter, because you weren't supposed to hashtag Black Lives Matter on the black post or the black picture, But you could have said something, and you didn't. So I commented and said, it's about time or something like that. And they were like, I think they said, we're in this together. And then they put one of them chocolate fists, like a black person's fist. And then I said, Black Lives Matter. And then they sent another black fist. And at that point I said, well, if you have a hard time saying Black Lives Matter, perhaps I should support a company that is black owned. Sorry, I'm eating a Swedish fish. I know, I'm professional. Then I get this email at 5:31 this morning. Hi Asha. I'm reaching out because I saw your recent comments on Instagram and I'm a bit confused. In our previous email, I explained to you that our social media team schedules posts in advance, which was the post that you saw this morning. We made that post because of our beliefs as a company and not because of your email. Since this issue is greater than one individual person, it was my understanding that our partnership with you would continue in a positive manner. However, in your comment, you mentioned that you wanted to part ways with us as a company. So please accept this email as your termination of the partnership. Thank you, and we wish you the best. I got fired via text. I got broken up with over text. Excuse, like, I don't know, when I got that email, I was just like, are you kidding me? Like, instead of owning up to them saying, you know what, Asha, we do recognize that our Instagram feed is whitewashed. We do know that, the first time that you see a black athlete or a black person reposted on their page was just yesterday, which is no coincidence in my opinion. They gaslight and flip the script. So after that, I was just like, forget it. I'm going to tell my side of the story on Instagram. And of course I was scared. I was worried because I have a small following. I have like 5,000 followers. One Up has 1 million plus. And people are cruel. There was already people in the comments on One Up and Facebook like, oh, this bleep is just mad. She's just doing this to get attention. She just wants followers. If she really wants followers, why don't she shake her ass like the rest of them? And just saying some of the most hurtful things ever. And so I took to Instagram just with the receipts for my bill, just with everything that I had that I knew that I could use to have people see what type of people they were. Because I never came at them maliciously. I never said anything with malicious intent. And what really sealed the deal for me is the CEO called me, not Hanser. The CEO called me and barely let me get a word in edgewise. We talked for 17 minutes. I was on my walk to work, and he's like, "Hi, Asha." I'm like, "Who is this?" He's like, "This is the CEO of One Up." I'm like, "Okay." He was like, "I'm just calling to get your side of the story because I read the emails, but I just want to know from your point of view what happened." And so I explained to him the story, and he's like, "Well, that's not really what the social media team told me." Okay, he was like, "Well, I'm from Armenia. I know what it's like to be colored and grow up and live in like a struggled background. I'm an immigrant. I came over here and my parents didn't have anything." I'm like, that's not what being black means. I asked him why I've never been reposted, or you never see black athletes reposted, or you never see black ambassadors reposted. He was like, we have one black athlete, and he just kept naming the same one black male athlete that they had, and I was like, why only one? Why do you not have more black athletes? He was like, well, their contract's terminated, and they decided not to re-up. I've never seen any other black athletes, and I don't think it's a coincidence at this point. He was like, well, we have a lot of black ambassadors. Ambassadors mean we're spending our hard-earned coin, and you wouldn't know there were any black ambassadors. Why? because we're not reposted. So after all of this, after the conversation, he's going on and on saying that, he doesn't believe in racism. Racism is wrong. We have to be the change that we want to see. And I'm like, okay, but was it really that hard to say Black Lives Matter? And he was like, well, all things matter at a time like this. I got quiet, and he's like, I genuinely asked him what was his end goal of the conversation, because it seemed like we were talking in circles, and I had to get to work. At that point, it was like 8:06 a.m. This whole thing started at 05:30, and he was like, well, I mean, we'll make an effort to repost more Black people on our page. We just want to know if you're going to post positively about us and continue being an ambassador. And I was like, no way in hell. And I hung up. To then which I continued telling my story, speaking my truth, which I have every right to, and then they start bashing me and telling lies, because I have not told one lie about the company. They start saying lies about me on their page, because I have no problem showing everybody, reading the email threads, and they decided to, like I said, screenshot my emails and send them out to the masses. And I have a problem with that, because that's my personal email address on that. Not a work email, not a hidden email. You sent my personal email address out, to which I'm now getting hate mail, threats, and all this other stuff, just because I said Black Lives Matter. So you terminated my contract because I wanted to know why there isn't enough representation on your page of people that looked like me, of people that looked like me, of my followers that spend their hard-earned coin on your page. My friends ask me, Asha, like, you go so hard for this company, and how come they never repost you on their page? And it never really clicked to me. I'm just like, oh, they probably have like a lot of athletes who are really well known, and I'm just like a nobody. But today I am a somebody, and I have a voice, and I will not be silenced. I was scared at first, but I'm not scared anymore. I am somebody, and I deserve to be heard, and they will not silence me. They've had their social media team and their other some of their athletes create fake pages and try to threaten me with a lawsuit and other things to try to shut me up, but I will not be silenced. One Up Nutrition is racist. They do not support the Black Lives Matter movement, and their black square on her page is just for aesthetic purposes and to be part of the trend. They did it to save face, because I feel like had I never sent the email, that post would have never went up. I don't understand why you have to pre-plan to speak out about injustice. You're either against racism or you're not. What side of history are you going to be on? Because One Up Nutrition is on the wrong side. And I feel so bad that I supported a company for so long who clearly never supported me. But it's okay. In the midst of adversity, in the midst of everything that's going on, our eyes are being peeled open, wide open, and we are seeing people's true colors. And I believe there are so many reasons why some of these things are happening, and just maybe this is one of them. I was worried that I didn't have enough followers, but then I remembered Jesus only had 12. You don't need anybody following you to speak up about your truth. Live in your truth, spread your light, and approach people with love, because love always wins. I didn't bash them. I didn't come at them maliciously. I came at them kindly, with a beautiful approach, and they came at with me with hate and malice. So here I am. I'm so regretful that I ever had my friends buying that product, and I don't know. I hope they have a change of heart, but as for me and my house, we're done. Thank you to everyone that supported me and who is standing by my side. and who has sent lovely words and kind words during this time. It means more than you know. I love you so much.
Girl, you know you got